let us see about the lymphatic drainage of tongue. For convenience, tongue is divided into two, anterior 2/3 and posterior 1/3. The concentrate over here, anterior 2/3 of tongue. It is divided into two by this line, midline, dividing right and left equal half. Now each half again divided into two, central portion and the lateral portion. And here is the tip. Look at the tip. The lymphatics from the tip mainly drain into submental group of lymph nodes, and these lymph nodes, they are situated in submental triangle between two anterior belly of digastric muscles over the surface of mylohyoid muscle. And from here, few lymphatics from the tip also goes to submandibular group of lymph node, and few of them directly into the jugulo-digastric group of lymph node and jugulo-omohyoid, but mainly drains into submandibular group of lymph node. Each and every student must remember that from the tip it is drained into submental group of lymph nodes. From the lateral part of anterior 2/3, we are discussing lymphatic drainage of anterior 2/3 of tongue, lateral part. I am wearing this probe along the lateral part. The mainly drains into submandibular group of lymph node, and these lymph nodes, they are situated, as the name indicates, superficial to submandibular salivary gland in the digastric triangle. And few lymphatics goes to jugulo-digastric and few lymphatics to jugulo-omohyoid group of lymph nodes. Now from the submandibular group of lymph nodes, the lymphatics passes to these two groups, jugulo-digastric and jugulo-omohyoid group of lymph nodes. Now the central part, look at this. The central part is important in the sense because the central portion anterior 2/3 tongue drains bilaterally, and the lymphatics from this goes to the submandibular group of lymph node mainly on either side. The left side, left portion drains into right on left side, and as well as right on right side and left on left side. And from the submandibular group of lymph nodes, lymphatics ultimately, as we know, goes to the jugulo-digastric group of lymph node and jugulo-omohyoid group of lymph nodes. Look at here, the posterior third of tongue. The posterior third tongue drains into retropharyngeal group of lymph node. Now, as the name indicates, retropharyngeal group of lymph nodes, they are situated in retropharyngeal space. The space is situated behind pharynx, and some lymphatics from this goes to jugulo-digastric group of lymph node and jugulo-omohyoid group of lymph node. Now let us see this diagram. This diagram is showing the position of jugulo-digastric lymph nodes. Now jugulo-digastric lymph node is situated angle between internal jugular vein and the posterior belly of digastric muscle. Same is over here. Look at this jugulo-omohyoid lymph node situated angle between internal jugular vein and inferior belly of omohyoid. Now it is very obvious looking to this diagram. Ultimately all the lymphatics reaches to jugulo-omohyoid group of lymph node. Therefore this group of lymph node is called as the lymph node of tongue. Thank you very much. After discussing lymphatic drainage of tongue, let us see the nerve supply of tongue. The tongue is supplied by motor nerve and sensory nerve. The motor supply comes from hypoglossal nerve. All the muscles of tongue, whether extrinsic or intrinsic, supplied by hypoglossal nerve except palatoglossal muscle. Palatoglossal muscle is supplied by the cranial part of accessory nerve. Remaining all muscles, whether intrinsic or extrinsic, supplied by hypoglossal nerve. The sensory supply anterior 2/3, look at the sensory supply anterior 2/3, right from this point to this, anterior 2/3 of tongue. The general sensation carried by lingual nerve. Lingual nerve is a branch of mandibular division of trigeminal, and the taste sensation, special senses carried by chorda tympani. The point to be remembered over here that the valid papilla is not supplied by these nerves, lingual nerve and chorda tympani. It is supplied by the nerve which supplies posterior 1/3. Now look at the nerve supply, sensory supply of posterior 1/3 of tongue. The general sensation carried by glossopharyngeal nerve and the taste sensation also carried by glossopharyngeal nerve. So both the general sensation and the taste sensation from posterior third, including valid papilla, carried by glossopharyngeal nerve. If you look at the blood supply, we will not go into the details blood supply tongue, but it is supplied by lingual artery, which is a branch from external carotid artery. And the venous drainage, it is drained by the tributaries of lingual vein, and this lingual vein ultimately drains into internal jugular vein. Let us see the applied aspect of tongue. Few applied aspects, important. The first one, that the tongue acts as a mirror for various disturbances of alimentary canal. For example, the coated tongue. Coated tongue indicates pathological conditions of alimentary canal. If the tongue is fissured, it indicates vitamin deficiency. And there are many more. We will not go into the details. Now another important point is the unilateral paralysis of muscles of tongue. Unilateral paralysis. As we know, all the muscles supplied by hypoglossal nerve except palatoglossus. So if there is unilateral paralysis, then the tongue deviates towards paralyzed side during protrusion of tongue because of unopposed action of muscles of opposite side. The very important point to test the integrity of hypoglossal nerve. Now third one is the paralysis of genioglossus. The paralysis genioglossus muscle may be fatal because, as we know, the very important function of this muscle is to keep the tongue forwards. It prevents back fall of tongue. And once this muscle gets paralyzed, tongue may fall backwards and obstruct air passages, and patient may die due to suffocation. Because of this very fact, this muscle is called as safety muscle of tongue. Now ankyloglossia. Ankyloglossia, you may call it as tongue tie. As we know, the mucous membrane under surface tongue connecting tongue to the floor of mouth. Sometimes there is shortening of this fold connecting mucous membrane, fold of mucous membrane connecting tongue to floor of mouth. The condition is called ankyloglossia. It makes speech difficult, and surgeon very often treated by cutting fold of mucous membrane. Now another one is this. As we know, the under surface of tongue is covered by mucous membrane, which is very thin, and by the side of midline, deep lingual veins are there. And these deep lingual vein can be seen through mucous membrane as a blue line. And this has tremendous power. This mucous membrane has tremendous power of absorption, and especially the lipid soluble drugs diffuse through the mucous membrane and absorb in circulation quickly. Because of this very fact, drugs like nitroglycerin, which is vasodilator, placed under the tongue for quick action, and this drug is used for angina pectoris, to treat angina pectoris. And angina pectoris is nothing as the chest pain due to poor blood supply to the heart, and nitroglycerin is a vasodilator. The patient gets relief immediately if the drug is placed under tongue. That is all about the tongue. Thank you very much.